Also, hi everyone, if anybody's there. But also, guys, if anybody does check the phone, just, not that we want anybody using the phones, but just keep an eye that the video is playing right. Right, is that right, Roxanne? Many viewers, good evening everyone. Welcome to Kick Back Recovery, a registered charity based in Sheffield. Welcome to 1 hour of recovery education. I'm just going to wait a minute or so for people to join us. If nobody joins us, that's all right, because we've got a room full of people that we are going to teach to and discuss certain topics around tonight, the people we have around us.
3 people.
3 people. Good evening, you 3 people, or good afternoon. Welcome to Keep Back Recovery. Just be patient. It's going to be good tonight. Hopefully it is going to be good. We're going to be talking about the people we have around us, not just in addiction, but if it comes into some form of recovery, whether we're recovering from a toxic relationship, a relationship breakdown, addiction, alcoholism, mental health stuff, when we're trying to get well, or we want to get well, but we have certain people around us who might not like the idea of us getting well. They might feel like they're losing control. They might be used to the old crack that they had with you, that one-on-one stuff, a bit of manipulation, controlling outcomes, having some power over you. When we come into recovery and we wake up and we start getting well, some people don't like that. They don't want to see us get well. Not everybody, obviously there's lots of people who do want us to get well, but you will have to make up your mind whether this relationship you're having, whether it's a romantic one or a friendship, whatever it is it healthy for you? And do you need to be getting out of this relationship? If you really want recovery and you really want to get well, you have to make some big, massive choices. Do we have people watching us tonight?
We've got 12 people watching.
12 people, just be patient, please. It's going to be good tonight. We've got a room full of people. We've got an anonymous bench. Yay! Whatever. We've got a lot of people in the room, but we'll flick it onto those people in a minute. So we want to try and. I think our record is 40 odd people at once watching us. We want to try and beat that. So how we can beat that, if you guys share this, what's going on. 1 hour of education, recovery education. And we've got to get the word out there. We've got a registered charity based in Sheffield. Sally, do you want to say something?
We've got Fiona watching in Scotland, Ash watching in Newark, Kathleen watching in Canada. We've got people from all over.
Yeah. Thank you. And this is what we're all about. Stopping breaking stigma. And we're going to do this together. And this is what Kick Back Recovery is about. It's about coming up today, no disrespect to anonymous fellowships, I really respect them. I work a 12-step programme to the best of my ability. Some days good days, some days aren't. For me, this is kind of step 12 stuff. But we break the anonymity, the anonymous stuff. We don't do that at Kick Back. We're about celebrating recovery. We're making it visible. We're showing recovery how it works. It's not for everyone, but this is how we do it at Kick Back. But we do have an anonymous side who aren't ready for getting on camera, or who don't want to do it. But the idea we've come up with is, let's go live, let's do an hour live stream, let's put it out there for the people who can't get to meetings, that the people aren't well, mentally, physically, spiritually, aren't in a good place, and the thought of leaving their house is just overwhelming. They might be in hospital, they might be whatever. If there's an opportunity to get on Kick Back page, watch it, 3 times a week. We do this one for an hour, we do one tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. It's going to be a bit different tomorrow because we're going to be out of town, we're going to be doing a bit of whatever. But still jump on at 2 o'clock. Tuesday morning, we do the recovery hour with Mick Hartley. We need a jangle, something like that. And we welcome to the recovery hour with Mick Hartley. Some music playing in the background. Who can ever sort out? Please help us. Yeah. So 1 hour of that, and we get talking, we get honest. I kind of lead on it, and people can get in, commenting, and get involved. And it's really still early days for us with the year live education, but we're trying it. This is going to work if we all get involved as we work together as a team. We can smash it. Yeah, it's about making recovery visible, making recovery possible. Yeah, and how many viewers, please?
We have got 23.
23. So I'm going to start. Welcome, guys, to the 23. Can we just show the people in the room who want to be shown just before we do start? Everybody who is, we're going to show you in a minute when Sally jumps up, the camera lady. These guys do want to be on camera, so these guys will be getting involved, talking, giving some input. Do you want to say hello, guys? Hello. Welcome to Keep Back Recovery. Anonymous bench, give us a shout. Yay! I think there's more anonymous. Definitely, or we've lined a crowd. You know what I mean?
You all got a load of thumbs up and loves.
Yeah, come on. So this is Keep Back Recovery. You're welcome. Registered charity based in Sheffield, supporting people with addiction problem, alcoholism, dual diagnosis, and their affected family members through a programme of connection and spiritual principles. And we do that through regular Zoom meetings, recovery education, one-to-one therapy, one-to-one Zooming. We have a one-to-one clinic as well in person, and we do education, one-to-one, and we do, well, not one-to-one, but we do this is what we're doing now, but we also do group therapy session as well, and it's brilliant stuff, and I just want to thank you for getting involved. So what we're going to talk about, we've gone through COVID stuff, we're sponsored by Sheffield City Council, they give us a few quid, which we're very grateful for. We talked about COVID and what, you know, how to keep yourself safe, we've done that bit. Can we move on to the next slide, please, Roxanne? What a lovely name. Yeah. So this one, just before we do start, just everybody, please respect Kickback Recovery. Everybody respects the recovery. We're all kind of whether we're here, whether we're still using or we are in recovery, whether we've been around a long time or whether we haven't. Please respect everybody else's recovery is different. Be mindful of other people's recovery. Whether you're fresh in, whether you've been around for quite a bit, we're all same, we're all equal. You know, we live and let live. We don't judge. Nobody's better than nobody's less than. Confidentiality, what we talk about, it's kind of gone in this bit, but when we go into the second half of the meeting, it's a very safe place. What we talk about, we stay in that meeting. Loose lips, sink shit, yeah? Gossip kills. And just to remind everybody about just being kind, yeah? We're all right, so we're moving on. So, my name's Mick Hartley. So, Mick Hartley does not represent, and he's not a spokesperson for any CA or any other 12-step programmes. Definitely not, yeah? Although at times he may mention information and quotes from 12-step literature, the views and opinions expressed are those of Kickback Recovery Community CIO. So we all understand that, yeah? We're not anything to do with any 12-step fellowship. I'm not here representing, I'm not here to say definitely not. We are Kickback Recovery, but at times we do use some literature and quotes and sayings, yeah? We're all right with that. Roxanne, please. Okay, so what we talk about tonight, guys, is being mindful. We've got 12, I think 11 of these. It's going to be quite busy, yeah? We're going to have to smash it, yeah? So we're going to talk about the people. Hiya, Beck, do you want to come in? Sit wherever you want. There's anonymous there. If you want to get involved, you can get involved with it. So we're going to be just raising awareness, educating about the people we have around us in recovery, yeah? Or even in addiction, or even in a toxic relationship, or even life in general. You know, wake up, what's happening around you. We all sometimes get lapsy-daisy, just stuck in relationships, in situations that aren't healthy for us. You know, we get involved with toxic stuff. How do we get out of it? Sometimes the thought of getting out of it, whether it's the thought of getting out of active addiction, or thought of getting out of this relationship, or thought about doing whatever we need to do to keep well, is a big thing. And sometimes we just go along with the flow, whatever. You know what I mean? We're not doing that kickback, yeah? So, here we go. So, those around us. One unexpected benefit of finding your way to recovery is that you pretty quickly learn who your real friends are. Yeah? If you do it. We wake up, don't we? During active addiction, you are ironically both socially isolated and part of a drug abusing community. You may spend a lot of time together and feel a bond based on your shared preoccupation with drugs, but that doesn't mean those people are your friends. Going back to my son, we can go back to a lot of other people's stories. We get involved with what we're doing. We're sitting down using lots of drugs with people, or we have been. We're looking around, these are real friends. We've done it, haven't we? Yeah? Are these real friends? Well, not really, but he gets the best gear. She's always got a few quid on her. Yeah? He's got that contact. He's alright because he's got a lift, he drives. So it's alright, I'll just go slow, you know what I mean? Because I'm getting by, aren't I? But really, are you friends? Anybody want to just touch on that? Any experience around, or any memories around that stuff where we was at some time?
Yeah, when I lived in town, getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, going out, you'd see one fella or somebody that you know, you want a quid, you go in, you get a quid, you get 2 quid, and then it lasts all day. They're just dragging you around, you just get dragged around in it, and it's no good, it ruins you.
Yeah. Nice one, Scott, thank you. Will?
Yeah, I mean, I knew loads of people like that. I always had more drugs than anybody else because I was supported by somebody. So the number of times I've told friends were saying, oh, can you lend us a shop, can you lend us a shop, can you lend us a shop, and ended up owing hundreds of pounds each. It's ridiculous. I mean, they're nice people. Of all the drug users I knew, they were the nicest guys, but none of them were people I would have hung out with at all if we didn't have that drug in common.
Yeah. Thanks, Will. It's like going back to that bit. During our active addiction, you are ironically both socially isolated and a part of drug using. You know, not everybody uses drugs today. Not everybody drank alcohol to the extent that not so much me, but you guys drank alcohol, or use class A substances like I use them. You know, aggressively, sometimes on an industrial level, should I say? You know, not everybody does that, do they? So that in itself is isolating itself from society. We isolate ourselves from whatever rooms, doing whatever we don't do. But then when we are mixing with certain people, like Scott's just mentioned, in town, you see a lot of guys, you know, disrespect to those people walking around town. You know, in whatever they do, you know, they're like-minded, they're together, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're friends. You might have a bit of carry on with them, but you're not proper friends. Or maybe you are, you know, for some people, yeah? We're all alright with that, yeah? Cool, let's move on to the next one, Roxanne, thank you. Not surprisingly, when an addict gets clean, their friends don't always have their back. In fact, some become downright toxic to their recovery. We've just been touching on that earlier, yeah? Here are a few reasons the people you thought were your friends may end up sabotaging your recovery efforts. We'll get to that bit in a bit, but well, we'll get to it now if you want. So, one. Addiction drives away most of an addict's true friends. Yeah? So when we're in active addiction, I have lots of friends over here, still have, yeah? But my behaviour, I was acting under the influence. My life was all about the getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. You know, it was all about me, very selfish, self-centeredness. Core of my illness was self-centeredness, all about me. Am I going to get scored next? Who am I going to get into? We've got who sells the nice stuff, who can get me the right price. You know, stuff like that, yeah? So my true friends, and I have enough over time. You know, it becomes a bit toxic. You know, they get tired of it, listening to your stories. It's going to be the last use up, it's going to be the last drink tonight. I've had enough. You know, tomorrow will be different. We've always kept going back to that. We meant it at the time. We've always kept going back to that, picking up again. You know, anybody want to touch on that bit? How addiction drove away some of your closest friends? Might be girlfriends, family members.
My dad.
Yeah?
Yeah, my dad got it, found it very hard. He still does now. Yeah, all money again, man. You know what it was going on, and it just that love and that trust went straight out the window. So yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else? There's no pressure for anybody to talk at all whatsoever. You can just listen.
Yeah, I never really had true friends, to be honest. It was just acquaintances. You know what I mean? So.
Thanks, Richard. I just want to celebrate something as well. That we're now collaborating with a local rehab, which is not so far from where. Tonight we're in the Sheffield Wednesday Hillsborough Stadium, and they're very kindly we're collaborating with them, and they give us rent-free the use of their educational. And it's brilliant, and we're filling it up with lovely people. But we're now collaborating with a local rehab as well, and we've got about 8 or 9 of those people down here tonight. So I just wanted to thank you. That's from Keep Back Recovery going up. I think it was Wednesday morning, doing a bit of a presentation, a bit of networking, and forming a bit of a partnership. And I want to say well done guys for coming here. Good stuff. So right, so whether they use drugs or not, your friends may not understand the disease of addiction. We touched on the disease of addiction last week, didn't we? Even if they want to be supportive, many are in denial or don't know how to stop enabling. The fine line between enabling and loving somebody, being a friend and actually adding to the problem. We've got full PowerPoint of that stuff enabling in the weeks to come. So, lots of times we've talked to friends, haven't we? They want to be there, they want to be supportive, but they don't really understand the depths of addiction, how it kind of works, how it destroys lives. You know, they've got a rough idea, but some of them don't want to know, you know what I mean? Why would they? They've got good lives, they're busy, they've got relationships and that, and they'll be supported. But sometimes, for a lot, we become too much, too heavy a weight, you know, to have around. And so, you have to let go, you know. Anybody want to touch on that stuff?
Can I say, Mick? I
Yes.
think you can easily swap the word addiction for depression or PTSD
Yeah,
there as well.
Definitely. That's what we're doing, that's what we're talking about tonight. It's about, you know, we're talking about the friendships, not, as I've mentioned in the beginning, not just around addiction, but relationships and marriages and friendships. You know, when friendships become toxic, you know, all friendships, most friendships start off lovely and this person is lovely, but over time, the fruit can kind of rot, you know. We talk about like human conditions and stuff like that. Sometimes we try our best, but people change, people outgrow people turn on people. Some people get jealous, envious, you know, become ill, and relationships break down, don't they? You know, yeah. You're all right with that, yeah? Yeah. Sure. If I'm going too quick, if there's anything you can't understand, just listen. What's happening here? I don't know where I am, and I'll try and slow it down. You know, I have a tendency of flying off and that, but yeah, anybody struggling? Yeah, so we're all alright. We're all on it, yeah. Your sobriety spells the end of the friendship. Drug using pals don't want to lose a friend, but even more they don't want to stop using drugs. So this is when we're in active addiction, you know, when we have a so-called friends or we have a using partner. Could have done it before, we could have girlfriends that become codependent, yeah? And some of that codependency is if we use drugs together, we drink together. When one starts, oh, I don't want to use like you using, I'm going to have a line tonight, will you have one? Oh, I don't know, please. And then you, because they've had one, then it makes you feel better. Yeah. Whether it's, it can't happen with food, can't it? Should we have a pizza tonight? No, I'm on my diet. You know, oh, let's have a pizza. Oh, go on then. It feels better too, doesn't it? But if anybody like me, I like to make pizza on my own, I don't want to share it. Yeah. I'd rather buy somebody a pizza than share it, rather than give them a slice. But that's how I am sometimes. So anybody on that stuff, come on, we must have had friends we use and say, right, I'm going to get myself clean now. So your friends like that, you know, it ends relationships. I'm off to an anonymous meeting, or I'm off to a kickback. What are you in there for? You know, they feel uncomfortable, you know, it kind of puts the spotlight on them and what they're up to. Anybody touching that, Danny?
Yeah, yeah, this is a big one, isn't it? Because I think when you get clean, you start like you become a mirror almost, and you start like sort of highlighting their issues, even if you didn't open your mouth. You know, it's like sort of your sobriety in your recovery. It sort of brings them out as the nails how bad their drug problem is, and they'll sabotage you. Yeah. I've seen it happening. People have tried to do it to me where it's like they can't deal with how bad their addiction's got, so they have to drag you down just to sort of bring you, so they can come back into denial. This is how it works. You almost become a mirror. Yeah. You know, and it's like this is why they sort of sabotage you. Plus, I think codependency is massive. You know, where we're all codependent because like sort of our issues around drugs where we became codependent on chemicals. But in relationships, it's like that person that was like almost the rescuer. When the other person sort of gets well, their role's gone. Do you know? And I've seen that happen as well, where they'll sabotage that role just so they don't feel needed. Yeah. Back in that position of becoming the rescuer again, and the cycle starts again. So it's like, yeah, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, nice one, Danny.
Can I just say,
of course you can.
I'm totally different. I'm very fortunate because I've got a friend who lives next door to my mum where I was living before Monday at the Greens. And she's totally different. She's been the one who's been cheerleading me along, saying, come on, go for it. And brilliant. I went to her house every day, didn't use, but she was like, what are you coming here for? And she's my best cheerleader than anybody else's, and she's still there rejecting using drugs. And she's been total opposite to what we've just been saying.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
We did mention that at the beginning. We're not saying all people, not all friends. We're just waking people up to say, listen, if you really, really want this recovery, yeah, it's all about program of change and action. Yeah, we look around ourselves, we be vigilant. Anybody who's like kind of on that spectrum of messing our recovery up needs to go, really. We need to make some big choices, you know what I mean? If you're dangerous to my recovery, if you're going to pull me back in, you need to be gone, really. And if you really, really want it, it's about making some drastic, major decisions. Whether it's a relationship, you might be in a marriage to somebody, you might be in there 20 years, and it's comfortable. But that person's always going to... Sometimes if there's two people using a relationship, you know, one person can be trying to pull that person up. This is what I've learned over the years. You know, pulling up, I want to help you. And that person's like still, you know, falling back down. But after a while, that person pulling the person up will become tired and exhausted and end up going down on the floor with them. And back to...
God just said what I've said about a friend. I've also got a partner who was sort of still together, but he's still really drinking badly, so that's exactly like I said. So I've got a good friend, and then I've got a partner who's I'm trying to pull up, but like I said, it gets too much.
Yeah, that's it. So we're not suggesting to anybody to go straight out there and sack your partner. I want a divorce, I want this. It's just about that. Hello. Let's, as we become more, get more abstinence, get more of a distance from active using. We look at ourselves and think, I've had this awakening. Life's all right, and I want it to get better. But what's stopping me from progressing on, or what's kind of dangerous to pulling me back into active addiction? And we're making those choices. Yeah. Bye bye. Adios. You know what I mean? You don't have to be all the after night. You have to say, this is my recovery. Must and has to come first. If you really, really want this, You know what I mean? That's what you have to do, yeah? Everybody alright with that? Everybody fine? Everybody know? Any questions? Very good, right, yeah? So get that down quickly, yeah, you know that, so we're really using Palmer and we say, listen, I'm going to get this all sorted out. The person you're saying that to, they've got that choice and think, do I still want my friend, or for a lot of time people think, well, drugs are more important. You know what I mean? I'm not ready for it yet. Good luck, you'll get on your way, but I'm a carry on. I'm going to use up in
So
there.
how come when you're emotionally attached to her?
Yeah, it's hard. It's easily said, and it's hard. This is why it's an hard program to work. We have to be selfish, especially in early recovery. You know, we have to be really selfish and think of us. Service starts with self, and that's what we have to do. Right, we need to move on. Everybody all right, yeah? Next slide, Roxanne, please. Here we go. Quite a lot of reading, yeah? We're all right with it, yeah? Your recovery holds up a mirror, Danny, that you just talked about, yeah? So your recovery holds up a mirror that shows them the reality of their lives. A vision they may not be ready or willing to see of themselves as an addict who needs help. They may be afraid that you'll start preaching to them or rat them out to family, friends or law enforcement and put an end to their lifestyles, so people start flapping. Oh, he's going to get himself sorted out. He knows what we're up to, he knows where we pick up from, he knows what we drop off, he knows where we go, he knows where we use, he knows too much. He's going to get himself well, or she's going to get herself well, and she might pick the phone up to the old Bill. Listen, people start getting paranoid, flapping a bit. Yeah? Get that? So also they've tried to quit, so the people we're talking about, the youth, they've tried to quit unsuccessfully. It can be disheartening to see someone else succeed in what they can't do themselves. We've all tried out there for years. I want to get well, I want to get it. These people in this room, God love them, you know what I mean, who are struggling, who are coming back from relapses and that. I've talked to people over the last few months that they find it hard whenever people are getting well. They've been honest. Obviously, I'm not going to mention names. They see when people get well. Why can't I do it? I've been here for 5 years. Why can't I get it 6 months? Why can't I? You know what I mean? Why are they doing it? Are they a real alcoholics? But an whole question. I'm saying, listen, you're getting what you put out, aren't you? You know, type of thing, yeah. But people will come envious and jealous and that. You know, everybody wants a bit what we've got going on. You know, everybody wants it, but they don't want to put the action in and the work that's needed. You know, they want to do. I can't be asked to meetings. I can't be asked to watch a live video. I can't be asked to do whatever. Come to Sheffield Wednesday ground on a Thursday evening, or go down to Circle on a Friday. Oh, I can't be asked. Well, if you've got that attitude, you're not going to get it, are you? You get out what you put in. If you want it and put the work in, like you said, you go off to a rehab. You know what I mean? Well done. You're not even in a meeting tonight. You put that action in. You come out of your comfort zone. You've got into an establishment that you don't know with people you don't know. Come on, well done. Do you know what I mean? Well done. You know what I mean? You're showing, you know what I mean? Brilliant stuff. Moving on. They don't have a drug or alcohol problem, but want to continue to enjoy an occasional beer during a football game or a glass of wine with dinner without worrying about their influence on you. So we've all our friends, yeah, I'm all right, I ain't got a problem. Still in denial. But bloody hell, you're drinking the same, sorry for swearing, you're drinking exactly the same amount of drink with me and using the same amount of drugs. I've got a problem, but to them, they might have a problem, you know. But a lot of times they'll be in denial, yeah? So, for them it's like, they don't want to carry on, you know, because, well, you're going to put a bit of, Euro 2020's just been on, you know what I mean? Don't come down here because I want a beer tonight. I want to sniff, you know what I mean? You're going to spoil my using. I'm going to feel like I can't act out in behaviours if you're there. You're just going to make it uncomfortable for me, yeah? So I'd rather not be a friend. Yeah? You all there?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. This is where it gets like a romantic partner, yeah? This is where all trouble starts, yeah? A romantic partner or spouse may be concerned that your efforts to improve your life will lead to separation, divorce, or finding someone else. Whoa! I'll lose control of this person. I've been with her, I've been with him 20 years. It's been great. I've had him under the little magic wand, you know what I mean? Under my thumb. Yeah? So he's gone along with everything. Everything I've suggested, he's gone along with. Now, the thought of them getting clean or getting alcohol free, yeah? Or going to a whatever, some counselling, or whatever about what's going on, you know, with home life, yeah? Could be some domestic abuse, it could be whatever, you know, something that's been going on, then come and get some help. Oh, I don't want that. Because they're going to find out that probably the other partner will be behaving wrong. You know, they're going to get some support, they're going to get strong. They're going to get, you know, alright, and they might make a decision that this relationship is not for me, I'm off. So people feel like they're losing control. Coercive stuff, you know. Yeah, anybody want to touch on any of those three before we move on to the next one? Do you all know where we are, yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Roxanne? Here we go. Right. Talked about sabotage, haven't we? Danny? Yeah. Show signs of sabotage. So some people, not everybody, but there's some people will be out there and want to sabotage your recovery. Want to get you back at it, back using, back under their control, under their thumb. You know, that's what some people, not everybody, but some people can't handle you getting well, yeah? So here we go. Show signs of sabotage. Early in recovery, it can be difficult to separate the supportive relationships from the malicious motives of would-be saboteurs. How do you know when people are toxic to your recovery? Yeah? We touch on this a little bit, yeah? Some real friends and even some family members may discourage you from getting out, yeah? You're alright, yeah, not a problem. I've got a friend here who I meet from their partner. Do you think you've got a problem? I don't think I've got a problem. It's all about control, they don't want to lose control. Yeah? I don't think I've got a problem. If you think you've got a problem, you're more than likely have a problem, because you won't be thinking like that. You know, if you're like, oh, I think I've got a problem. Well, I haven't been asleep for 2 weeks. Sorry, 2 weeks, 2 nights, yeah? Could be 2 weeks for some people. You know, some, it could be. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm drinking, I've had 2 litres of vodka last night, I don't know, I'm having another litre tonight, there's bottles everywhere, I'm going out, I can just, man, wheeling, bottles changing and chinging and that. I think neighbours are like, what's that? Well, it's the next door neighbour's bin, so, yeah. Good thing you've got a problem, yeah? If you think you've got a problem, you're more than likely to have got a problem, yeah? But if somebody's in your head saying, I don't think I've got a problem, I don't think I've, yeah? They tell you that you don't really have a drug problem. Recovery is a waste of time and relapse is inevitable, yeah? You're going to pick up anyway. What's the point of going out there for 2 or 3 weeks? What's the point of going into the local rehab? You're going to get in there, you're going to waste your money, you can come out and pick up anyway. Some people do, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't as well. There's a lot of people in this room who haven't picked up for a long time, me included, yeah? They may try to bully you to party with them or using drugs in front of you. We just talked about it on the slide before, about people not wanting you around the house and it spoils their using. You could have another so-called friend come round to football, it's England final. We've gone round, I'm not going to drink tonight, but they, yeah, I was something like that. You know, like, England have scored, oh, you know, like what? And you know what I mean? Temptation, isn't it? You know, you don't put yourself in dangerous situations. You have to be vigilant and weigh your recovery program, and don't put yourself. If there's a chance that you know somebody's going to pull a drink or drugs out, don't go there. Make that choice. If you're invited to a birthday party and there's going to be alcohol there, if you're in early recovery, why put yourself in a dangerous situation like that? Wake up and think, you know what, I really want this recovery, so I stay away from the drugs, I stay away from those type of people, places, things that are going to put me back in toxic relationships, you know what I mean? Come round to my house tonight. Well, is he going to be there? Is Terry going to be there tonight? Whoever Terry is. No, he won't be there. Next thing he comes walking in, Terry's here. Next thing you've got snogging on settee, on tether. You know what I mean? Blood lights and lot, you know what I mean? Back in it, order. I'm back there. Nick Bridge. Yeah? How did this happen? I only went out to watch football. I've left for a love bar and I'm back in this relationship. Where are you going to show up? Come on. Right, sorry. We can have a laugh as well. That's what we're covering here.
Yeah.
We didn't get well to be morbid or sick. We're getting well, we put a lot of work in. We want to smile and have a laugh, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We put a lot of work into this stuff, not to sit here morbid and that, you know what I mean? God love Terry, wherever you are. Yeah. Moving on, anybody want to touch on that before we do? Any experiences around that? Going around to a friend, somebody trying to get you back, pulling it, whatever drug out in front of you, trying to tempt you, could be with sex. You've gone round, you turned up well suspended, and said, don't you know what I mean? Back in again. I didn't expect this, but we become powerless, whether it is sex, whether it is drugs, yeah?
I think sometimes they can almost be like sort of you have that wrong thinking of that they're your safe place or your comfort or you know they're going to protect you but actually the reality is that's when you need to be at the meeting, you need to be with the like-minded and connect with people, you know, from Kickback or wherever it is that you attend.
Yeah, cool. If we're ever having this, you know what I mean, we're having temptations, we're having triggers, we're having stuff like that, and we're thinking what I'm going to do, we need to pick the phone up, yeah? We pick the phone up, that bottle, or the drugs, we need to pick the phone up first. It's no good picking the phone up after we've started using it, say, like a lot of people do. I picked up, well, hello, sorry, you need to pick the phone up first so we can support you. You know, we'll struggle talking to somebody who's had a bottle of vodka, you know what I mean? They're not going to listen really to it. He's going nowhere, yeah? So we need to be picking the phone up, discussing stuff before, how bad it is, where we're at, get yourself to a meeting, get your recovery buddy rang up, you know, especially in early recovery. Go and see one of your key workers. You know, if there's somebody in the rehab or something, they might have got some drugs in, they might have alcohol, they might be talking about leaving the rehab. They might say, come with me, promising you this and that, yeah? You need to like, listen, I ain't come here for this, and you need to go speak to a member of staff, talk about what's happening, yeah? Key worker, whatever, yeah? Or somebody close to the rehab, you know, yeah? Got Sam, please? Everybody alright so far?
Yes.
Sure? Okay, here we go. There's quite a lot to get through. We're going to do it, yeah? Alright, Bet?
Yeah,
Good lads, good lads. Others may employ more subtle tactics, such as using your past behaviour as leverage against you, holding on to resentments, making it difficult for you to get to meetings or therapy appointments, or belittling your efforts to get well. They may make hurtful comments that play into your doubts and fears, or spread rumours among your social and professional circles. You know, like, naughty. Naughty. I've experienced a bit of that in the last 7 years of recovery, you know what I mean? Been some difficult times of recovery, some testing times, especially building this organisation. Kickback Recovery is a lived experience recovery organisation. It's a LERO. That means I've got 7 years of recovery experience, you know what I mean? I've lived it. I've also got over 35 years of drug using type of stuff. I've got experience, you know, I've got a couple of qualifications now, and I'm building for quite a bigger qualification. But we are a lived experience recovery organisation. That's all together. We're experts through experience, yeah? We've got knowledge. One addict helping another is without parallel. We can help people. This is powerful stuff. The good news is we're just getting recognised. You know, the government's now recognising, you know, all these professionals are now not knocking them. Yeah, I get it, we need you. But also, how important is somebody with lived experience? It's massive, you know what I mean? We understand, we know. You know, we've been through it, we can share it, then we can share our hope as well. This is how I got well, this is how I did it. You know what I mean? I didn't do it on my own. But Kickback Recovery say, alone I can't, together we can. Yeah, that's our little, what we said, we've got keyrings. You know what I mean? We've got keyrings that say that on it. You know, if you're struggling, look at your little keyring, alone I can't, together we can.
£3.50 and we can post.
£3.50, I thought we were for £3.
£3 then?
£3,
yeah.
T-shirts, £25. Yeah. Right, so, come on guys, you must have something like that. Hurtful comments like you're never going to get well. What are you wasting your time? What are you doing that for? You know, you're making a fool out of yourself going on bloody social media saying I'm a recovering addict or, you know, all that stuff.
I'll be here 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be here 2 weeks, you'll be back.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
Yeah.
You'll be back doing whatever you were doing before to get your money. You know, you don't know anything else. There's education out there, you know what I mean? There's all sorts out there for you. Once you wake up, go to recovery, you start getting well, you come awake, you feel great. The world's your oyster. You know what I mean? Forget that isolation stuff. It's all about connection. We get connecting back to the people at home. If you like what you're hearing, please share this page. Invite people to like our page. We're trying to get ourselves 23,000 followers. We're going to do that together up to 25,600 odd at the moment. So we need about another 400 followers, and we've got 23,000 followers worldwide. And we can all work together about putting this message out there, sharing this recovery education, sharing some hope and that, yeah? Moving on, even non-drug users, comrades, can be enablers. People who are unsympathetic to the difficulties of drug cravings may encourage to meet them at bars. You know, we're going out tomorrow, they're not really bothered about your recovery. Some people are selfish, you know, have human nature, you know, not everybody's, but you know, I'm thinking about me. I don't want to know about addiction. What do I know about? Why it doesn't concern me? All what I'm doing is I'm going out, I'm going on my birthday, I'm going down to Sheffield City Centre, I'm going to all around bars, clubs, right? Do you want to come? Come on. Not thinking about where that would take you. Somebody like us, if we went into a club or bar and we had 1 or 2 drinks, we don't stop there, do we? We're out for days. We could end up in a police cell. We could end up what really hurt, couldn't we? You know, we have to be like. Unsympathetic to difficulties or drug cravings may encourage you to meet them at bars, parties, and other temptation-filled environments. You know, come round to a birthday party, come round to watch football, come round to wherever, we're going away for weekends, stag do, we go off to more airports, come and join us. Come on, stop being boring. For somebody in recovery, especially early recovery, that's a dangerous place to be. You need to be saying no, sorry, I wish you all the best. You know, and you whatever, congratulations, but I'm staying at home, I need to be doing what I need to be doing, yeah? When family members refuse to work on their own issues, they may stay stuck in old patterns of minimising, rescuing and enabling without realising that they are sabotaging the person they most want to help. Some people are quite ill with rescuing. You know, they have this like rescuing syndrome type of thing. You know, they feel good.
Complex.
Do you want to talk about it, Will, just a little
No,
bit?
it's the saviour complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay, so like, you know, we want to rescue and help people. I'll help you, panic wants to help me, you know what I mean? They're getting feelings out of this, you know, chemicals are getting released, they feel empowered. You know, for the vulnerable person they're helping. You know what I mean? But is it really helping? Whatever they're doing, they might mean well, but are they self-serving? For a lot of people, they're all self-serving. It's giving them feelings of like power, control, you know what I mean?
Dead on.
You're right, isn't it, Bridget? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Do you want to say anything about that, or?
Yeah, but I don't want to talk on camera.
Alright, go ahead.
I've had my feelings minimised, my problems minimised. People have called into question the group that I attend and said, and what are their qualifications? This sort of thing does not help your recovery. And people that are minimising other people's problems are a problem and you don't need them. You need to cut it. Otherwise, you won't put the effort in because they are putting a downer on it and they'll give you self-doubt. Yeah.
Thank you, Bridget. Anybody else?
I was going to mention this on the previous slide. It sort of touches on subconscious sabotage.
Yeah.
Like, I know a girl, she's been with this guy for the last 2 years. She says he's the most wonderful man ever. And I think, to be honest, she's hypnotised by the best sex she's ever had. But in these 2 years, she has relapsed more than she has done in her entire life before. Yet she says, I'm the happiest I've ever been. She says stupid things like, I can do it for him. And I'm just sitting there thinking...
So, she's in denial, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's deluded.
Exactly, yeah.
Deluded.
Trying to tell somebody
Yeah.
deluded is not an easy task.
No, it's not. But she'll through some more pain.
Oh, yeah.
She'll experience more pain,
Yeah.
and then she'll hopefully wake up before it's too late.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Danny.
I've just had this where group of friends I've got, non-drug users, and I've just had to basically had to like sort of say no, I can't do it. Where it was like Jolly Boys off to Skate Vegas weekend, and can't do it. You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact where that'll take me. You know, it's like they might have a problem, but I have. You know, and that would destroy me if I went. If I went on that, that would be me just chucking the towel in and going on sabotage mode for myself, because I'm now better than to go. But I still want to go because they're my mates. Do you know, I've known these guys for years. Do you know, but like it's like where I am, and I must admit, I spoke to one of them and he totally got it immediately and he apologised. But like that would just finish me. You know, I couldn't have done that.
Thank you, Danny. Should we do like the enabling stuff? You know, people, you know, that fine line between enabling loving somebody and caring for somebody, but really, you know, or are they some people who enable self-seeking? You know what I mean? They'll enable certain sex has just been mentioned. You know what I mean? Best sex you've had in a long time, whatever. You know, people's that's what they do, don't they? Manipulate. You know, give it a little bit of this, throw something back. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Of course you can.
I've like experienced this over the years in my work, where the sabotaging mode, it's and the rescue mode. People will rescue people, but what happens is when they rescue them and they pull them out of their addiction, once they start moving forward, their job's done. They don't want to do it. Do you know what I mean? They'll go down to sabotage. I've seen it. Do you know where they'll go on to sabotage? They didn't like it, and then people actually bypass them. And they're moving on with their lives. They'll sort of. I've seen it where it's like I think it's called sick love.
Yeah.
I mean, where it's.
Thank you, Danny. We're all going to have to move on, but thank you because we're clocks on us, right? Sally.
Vicky's got a question. It's not actually around the topic, but it's more about connecting with the sort of people. She was just saying that Kickback's got a lot of new exciting plans. So do we know any more of those off the top of our head for people who are sitting at home with bated breath about how they can connect with the right sort of people?
Yeah, at the moment, guys, anybody listening, anybody struggling, anybody who just wants to maintain their recovery, if they haven't got no recovery at the moment, you're still in active addiction, get involved with what we do. These Sally's putting like feeds on there, you know, we've got a We've got Facebook closed members, Kickback Recovery members group, over 3,300 people on there worldwide. Everybody connects, everybody shares the stuff, what's happening, reaches out for help, you get lots of support there. This page, we do regular live streams 3 a week, recovery hour. Get to our meetings, you know, we do Zoom meetings, Sally's brought stuff on there. Zoom meetings, 7 o'clock, Monday evening. It's a brilliant meeting, it's all safe, it's all secure. So that's 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock for the Wellbeing Wednesday. You know, recovery hour, Tuesday, 9:30 to 10:30. We have this meeting from 5:30 that goes on till about 8:45, and Fridays, 2 o'clock.
We've also got, for those that attend our meetings, we've also got lots of activities, haven't we? Events, activities, fishing, bike riding, residentials, lots coming up.
It's no good being sat at home, you need to get with us either over the internet or in person and get involved with us, yeah? We need to be cracking on because the clock's ticking now. Can we move on please, Roxanne, to the next one? Right, here we go. Make the tough calls, this is what I'm talking about, this is what it's all about tonight, waking people up to make those tough calls that's needed, yeah? We can't do it for you, you've got to do it, yeah? Put a plan into place, what you're going to do when you make this, what support you're going to have. Maybe discuss, if you are in a rehab and you are going to end a relationship, or you are going to end a friendship with somebody, talk to somebody before, get the support you needed, get a bit of support after, to, you know, to comfort you when you've made that decision, because it can be a lonely place. You know, we're used to these people, yeah? We haven't got that phone calls. The last thing we want is anybody acting out in other ways, messenger, which people do, you know, searching for these feelings by talking to other people that can lead us straight back in to it all again, yeah? So, making the tough calls. Addicts with toxic relationships must be proactive in taking steps to safeguard their recovery. Recovery must come first, always, yeah? Put your recovery first, whether, like it's Bridget in the toxic relationship, you know, your recovery, don't go back to that old guy or old whatever, and be vigilant at what you're getting involved with in the future. Look for the red flags, you know, the narcissism stuff, narcissism, you know, they prey on vulnerable people. You know, we are attracted to them as well. You know, the gaslighting stuff, you know, the love bombing, you know, the hoovering when we get hoovered back into it, all around narcissism, you know, all that stuff, yeah? We've all experienced a bit of that, yeah? We can be addicted to that ourselves, you know what I mean? Yeah? So, right, cut ties with negative influences, yeah? There is a general rule in recovery to stay away from people, the places, the things associated with past drug use, yeah? Excuse me. So why would we go back to nightclub we used to go in for all them years? Why would we go back there when we don't drink anymore, we don't take drugs anymore? When we used to go in there, pick birds up, pick loads up in there, and where did it ever get us? Yeah? Why would we go back to that place? Don't stay away from it, yeah? You know what I mean? Why would we go back to old relationships, to old geezers and ladies that bring us, you know what I mean, make us poorly, that take us money, that get us back sniffing, get us back using, get us back acting out in whatever, you know, sick ways. Why would we go back to that? The friends, so you know what I mean? Experiencing some stuff. Why we don't want to go back to stuff like that. Even at times you think, you know what, I might miss that person. We might miss the chaos. You know what I mean? We might be attracted back to it and seeing somebody else where I'm having a bit of that, because it gives me some intense feelings. But it's not healthy for us, is it? We've got to be vigilant with that. Maintaining relationships with people who drink or use is strongly associated with relapse. Of course it is. You know, there's that saying, isn't there, about hairdressers and that? Well, I say, like, if you ever went to, you know, if somebody's asking you to come into a restaurant week in, week out, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not hungry. Well, just come in and sit with me. It's only a matter of time, so you'll have an hamburger or something, innit? I'm on a diet, I'm not going India. Just come and sit with me. Well, I'll come this time. You come next week? No, I'll come next week. 2 months later, you're sat having an hamburger and chips with mayonnaise and all. Not even a Diet Coke, you know what I mean? Because that's what happens, stay away. You know what I mean? Yeah? Any questions around that? Stuff.
I think the tough calls, what you just said, is it were the big one with me on Sunday, because I knew you were at a certain party in the school, you all went, and Michael went out to go, and I saw pictures on social media, and it just upset me because I wanted to be there, because all you guys are just part of my family as well. But I knew that call was the right call at the end of it. So otherwise, I'd have been round. I've still been drinking now.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that before, Brendan. We did say that wouldn't be the right place for you, Brendan.
Yeah.
Early recovery, you are not ready for anything like that.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Danny?
Fear. Do you know this stuff, right? When you break free from your addiction, yeah, it's like almost free falling, do you know, unless you've got support around you, hence kickback, that fear kicks in of this new life, and you return back to your old homes because you want to return back to your safety blanket. This is why you need that support network. You need them people around you, because without that, you're just going to fall. Do you know? And it's like, so it's fear that kicks in, and this is what draws us back, because of the safety of our past. Even though the past was miserable, it's sort of like that inbuilt mechanism. This is why we need a support network.
And it's always easier to go back to something you know.
Yeah.
But this is in recovery, we're talking about change. This is a program of change. What do we change? We change everything. You know, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Yeah? We have to change stuff, you know. We have to move on because the clock's ticking. Next slide, please, my friend. Right, here we go. Cutting ties with old friends who continue to use and people who are not supportive of your sobriety is one of the hardest parts of early recovery. You know what I mean? We just talked about for people in early recovery to, you know, you just talked about, you might feel some safety in it, you know, something, if your recovery goes tits up, if all goes wrong, at least they're going to love me and accept me back, whether it is in a life of drug use, whatever, you know, that it's fear, and so we just touched on that, yeah? This may mean ending relationships with people you have relied on as a source of emotional or financial support, changing jobs if your drug using circle extended to work. This is what we do, change everything, change jobs. If there's people where you work and they're using, get out of there. You know what I mean? If you're working in an industry there where there's drugs and drinking, it's right with it, get out there. You need to get out of there and get, you know what I mean? So your drug using circle extended to work or getting out of an abusive relationship, yeah? Or an unhealthy marriage, all of which can have dramatic effects on daily life. If the if the marriage is that toxic that it's making you poorly, you need to go and ask for some help, get some counselling or stuff like that, get some advice, you know what I mean, get some support, yeah? These difficult decisions have to be made right up front. We've got to, you know what I mean, step up at a time when you have already lost your routines, your coping mechanism and your sense of identity. Parting ways with your social circle can be agonising, but is an important part of creating a new life and ultimately brings a profound sense of relief when you're surrounded by people who truly care. Making that decision, you know what I mean? Leave that old life behind, yeah? Get out of it, get into some community with the like-minded people, the people who don't want to drink, who don't want to use drugs. You know what I mean? Nothing changes until something changes, and you've got to be that change. Yeah? You've got to be the change. Nobody can do it for you. People can suggest, support you, but it has to come from you. Be brave. Come on, let's take it.
Yeah.
Next one. Yeah?
Yeah.
How many more have we got left? Do we know?
We've got 3 more slides and 5 more minutes.
Right, we just smash it, yeah. So, we're not really much, we're going to finish it all there. Of course, not all relationships have to end. You don't have to fall like everybody. Still be kind and nice and do it in a certain way, yeah? You know, we've got enough about us, you know, to be kind and nice, yeah? You can reconnect with people you may have alienated during active addiction, and you may have quality friends who are in their own recovery process or are willing to join you on this journey. Often family members are willing to grow and change with their addicted loved one by participating in therapy. Get to Al-Anon, you know what I mean? Somebody who really, really loves you wants to understand this illness and what's going on. Somebody who really, really loves you will have some empathy, will want to learn and get educated. You're welcome to come to Kickback Recovery, sit down, listen to other people, recovering addicts and alcoholics, and what their stories. We're not bad people, we're just sick people, yeah? You know, we're lovely people, we're clever people, we're sensitive people. That's what we use because we're that sensitive. We didn't like what we're feeling, we felt everything, so we numbed our feelings with substances, yeah? Temporarily, yeah? If they really love you, talk to them, say, come on, get involved with this, come to Kickback me, come and get someone, you want to understand me, please, come on. And we'll see how much they love you, yeah? Attending Al-Anon, which we just talked about, or Nar-Anon meetings. One close connection is all that's needed to build a foundation for a support network. Yeah? Thank you. Make new friends. Come on, make new friends. Come to Kickback and make new friends. Look at us all. I didn't know you 6 months ago. I didn't know a lot of you. You know what I mean? Got my pal Sean. You know what I mean? He's cheering up a bit now. Yeah, we've got to laugh. We've got to laugh in there. So yeah, we make new friends. Early recovery is also a time for making new friends and establishing healthy bonds. Yeah, healthy bonds with people who care about you, are willing to confront your addictive thinking and help you get the support you need. Yeah, willing to challenge you. No, I feel like using. No, you're not. What are you running that Oh, get to a meeting. Oh, I feel like doing this. Come on, look all the work you've done. People who want to be supportive, you know, like pull you up, challenge you on how you're acting. Sally.
Our brilliant volunteer, Trace, she said, this is good, breaking down all the aspects of getting clean. It needs addressing like this in this way. It can seem insurmountable, but it's not. We just need groups like this for direction and support.
Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy, as a volunteer. She helps us on our Kickback Recovery Members Group. She's been with us a couple of years. She's lovely. Well done, Tracy. We really appreciate it. And every volunteer who works for Kickback. So what we're asking people is just to share what we're doing. Invite people to like our page. Share this video. Even if you're watching it after a live, please share this video. Help put the word out there. We're not begging, but just we want connection. We want to put Kickback out there. We want to get followers. We want to get help people. These are regular recovery education, 3 times a week. It's a group effort. Right, here we go then. So yeah. So yeah, positive friends, which we can include people you meet at work, do sober activity. So yeah, sober activities. So you get people at work, search out for the people who want to let's go walking, let's go hiking, let's go camping, let's do anything that include drink or drugs. Yeah? Or you know, you're going to get involved in some mad sex or whatever. You know all right, yeah? Sex keeps coming up, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, no. Right, so, but it happens, doesn't it? I'm going to be honest. Me, a recovering addict, sex made me relapse so many times. You know that somebody dangling that carrot, you're not going to be a night, you use some drugs, it'll be a lot better. You know, or even if a party for one, or watch some porn, it'll be a lot better with drugs. You know, I got lost in that for many years. It was so unwell. I had to take a big step back and walk away. That were hard, to leave it all, because that stuff for me, it all worked together. It was hard, you know what I mean? But today I don't do stuff like that. I used for over 6 years. I don't act out in them behaviours no more. That's to do this stuff. Sally.
Andrew, watching at home, he says, good stuff, Mick. This highlights, you know, and you mentioned all the healthy stuff for addicts to actually look forward to.
Yeah, come on. Well done, Andrew, yeah. Sean's laughing at that. So, right, Sean. So here we go. So yeah, so we get involved, we find new friends and do sober activities or attend self-help support groups like this. Yeah? Let's go, let's keep back recovery. Let's get down here, let's go whatever we can get involved with, let's go and do it, what's on offer, yeah? Self-support groups will not only avoid drug use, but will be enthusiastic about your efforts to improve your life and lead balanced lives themselves. Yeah. You know, if you all do the same thing, we can have some balance. We're all searching for balance, yeah? Yeah. When you find it, let me know, yeah? Yeah. It's all, yeah? We're all at it, that's what we're searching for, some peace and some balance, yeah? I want some balance in my life. I don't want all of this and all of that, I want to slow it down, and I need some balance. Because it's quite peaceful, you know, when I've got some balance, yeah? So, join self-help groups, support groups like Kickback Recovery. Come on, can we get involved? We offer regular meetings that not only keep you focused on your recovery, because this is what we're about, but introduce you to a group of people who are working towards similar goals. All these people in this room, hopefully all these people watching, want the similar goals. A life without using drink and drugs, a life without having toxic people in our life. Yeah? Where we end up using drink and drugs because we're sending us around twist. You know what I mean? Yeah? You know, using on emotions anymore. Is that it? Oh, one more, please. Sorry for talking like that. Whatever it takes, you know, whatever it takes. We live the life of using drugs, whatever it took to get them. We sell his bodies. We go shoplifting. We sell drugs. We go whatever. Some people might have been burgled or done whatever to get money, to score, to get alcohol. Go to Tesco supermarket, clean drink shelf out, whatever. Yeah, manipulate people, rip people off. Whatever it took, you got your drugs. Whether you walk 10 miles on foot, you walk there and get it. Yeah, we've done it, haven't we? Whatever, don't matter, I'm walking, I'm doing it. Same thing in recovery, whatever it takes. Put as much effort as you did into your active addiction, into using, into your recovery. And you're going to get it. Yeah, it's a program action. If you get busy, if you right, I can't get to a meeting, I'm going to bust down a little. Well, I used to walk to school, to Pittsmore or whatever, or whatever, no disrespect to Pittsmore, you know what I mean? But you know, we walk to Bloody Hillsborough to a meeting, it might take you half an hour. Come on, put the action in effort, it's going to get you fit, you're going to get some work on your head. Yeah, and we're going to do some exercise under it, yeah? So do whatever it takes. The people who are most successful in recovery, yeah, so the people who are most successful in recovery embrace the attitude that they will do whatever it is necessary to protect their sobriety. Stay away from people, stay away from places, stay away from things. Recovery must come first. You listen, Brendan, yeah? Yeah. Sometimes this means making difficult decisions and losing people you care about. We've talked a lot about that, haven't we? We've got to make that decision. They ain't no good for me in my recovery. They ain't no good in my relationship, yeah? It's going nowhere. But in truth, anyone that doesn't have your best interest in mind was never really a friend at all. You know, if they never had your best interest, they were there self-serving, they were there for whatever, self-gaining or whatever. He's got a car, I'll knock it on with him. Or he's got a good job, he sells drugs. He's always got Charlie. You know what I mean? He works at Tesco, whatever, I could go in and eat drinks or whatever. If they never had your best interest, they never looked after you, they weren't your friends to start with. So, and if they didn't have your best interest in mind, they were never really a friend at all and has no place in your no life in recovery. So they don't do that. Come on, it's back in that seat. I think that's about it.
That's it.
That's the last one. So what we're saying for the people at home now, really, I hope you've got some of that. I know we've spun through it 100 miles an hour, whatever. But we're going to like do some exercise in it, and we're going to do another bit of work on ourselves, and we're going to have a meeting where we all talk without any cameras on and get honest and share. Everybody's welcome at our meetings. So just to take this one with you, guys. So people aren't benefiting your recovery. Even whatever you do, or whatever the opportunity, or you get invited to somewhere, or whatever, just look at it and think, right, is this person, is this place, is this thing benefiting, helping me in my recovery, or is it feeding my addiction? And if it's feeding your addiction, you need to leave it alone. Yeah? You go for the things that feed in your recovery. Yeah? Anybody want to touch on that just before we finish, yeah? Any questions? Yeah? Right, I think we'll wrap it up. Do you want to do a little... Have we got time for a little check-out?
We have, yeah.
People want to check out. So right guys, for people at home, thank you for watching. Please share and invite people to like this page. Our next live might be tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And then we've got one Tuesday morning at 9:30 with the recovery hour with myself. So we're going to go around and we're going to ask people what they thought of this. People get honest, they thought it was rubbish. It's going to be any just out, it worked for me, that. You know what I mean? Over to you guys. Scott.
Everything that you said tonight, Mick, it's been absolutely spot on. I can relate to a lot of things.
Just want to start again, Scott. Sorry, can you try and be a bit quiet, please? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just want to say it's absolutely brilliant tonight, this meeting. I can relate to everything that you've said, and it's spot on. Absolutely spot on everything.
Thank you,
I'm
Scott.
just glad I came.
Brilliant, well done.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good stuff. I mean, you can take it. I mean, I was a user for over 20 years, and this sort of stuff, it does work. You need to be two things: ready for it and committed to it. And if you've got both of them, then there's a chance.
Good stuff. So,
Brilliant meeting, great topic, relatable to whatever your drug is, be it a person or a substance. Yeah, brilliant meeting.
Yeah, fantastic. I think it's so important that you've highlighted this tonight because, you know, there's people who are returning from rehabs and that back into marriages, and you know that other partner needs that little bit of healing as well. Do you know, if whatever you've done in, you know, I mean, your addiction, which many of us did bad stuff, when you come back in that relationship, that healing needs to happen. So this is just perfect tonight, I think. Yeah, brilliant stuff.
brilliant, Danny. Thank you. Thank you for your input, Danny. We're going up to, I don't know whether that's on or... No, all right. Brendan?
Yeah, good meeting. Keep it up. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Carol?
Hi everyone, Daryl. Yeah, really good meeting. Like I say, you can relate to a lot of stuff. So cheers.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm John. That was really good teaching. Great subject and lots to take home and digest and think about. So thanks, Mick.
Thank you. Is that it? So I just want to say thank you. Oh, Sally, we need to go to Sally. Do you want to say... Come on. I can say hello. When you climb over Rockcham.
Hey.
Sorry, excuse me, Roxanne.
You keep doing this, Stephen. Hi everybody. Yeah, no, great meeting. Just a great reminder of one of the reasons why recovery has to come first and some of the ways that we can do it. So, thank you. I'm not on. Am I on now? That's a bit of a delay there, Danny, so I might be. Thank you.
Hey, you're on now, you're on now.
I'm on now. We've just got, there's a delay, there's about a 30-second delay. Just some comments from home, Mick. So basically, Julie watching at home, great stuff. She got so much out of the live feed, thank you. Diorge, great stuff. She really enjoyed it. We've got Sharon watching in Wales, Emma watching in Doncaster. Yeah. She said that she was kicked back 3 years ago and she's still clean now. Thanks, Mick. Well, Vicky watching in Leeds, Ange watching in Newcastle, and Nigel, who got in touch with us today, he set up a monthly donation. He says, brilliant work, you're just doing so well. Keep it up.
Thank you, Nigel. Anybody else want to say anything? We're going to go. John?
You mentioned hairdressers, Mick. I'm just wondering what's your experience of hairdressing?
Tonight I've started it myself, and I will be for the next. I have a choice.
Come on,
I know, but I have no choice whether I can drink or drugs. I don't know. So for the people at home, please keep sharing, keep liking, please keep inviting people to Skip Back Recovery. This stuff changes lives, and sometimes it saves lives. There. Thank you for your whatever. Thank you.